stream. So I'm gonna try to go as long as I can until tired. But I wanted to get this out there because after what I saw yesterday, it was a reflection of what I've been seeing for the past, X amount of years in pertaining to this fight finally happening, and what went on up until this fight was finally made, from the finger pointing to personal attacks to basically people turning on you, people not being cool with each other no more, and goofy fanboys instigating, starting beefs, and getting attitudes like little girls, or should I say, like the hoes they really are. Grown 40-something-year-old men acting like children, acting like you can't support another fighter. You know, so I'm just thinking about what has became of this ever since this whole rivalry started, from the day Terrence Crawford moved up to 147 5 years ago. It was inevitable that once he moved up to 147, it was destiny for him to have a showdown with Errol Spence. And it finally happened. But I'm thinking of all the chaos and what has transpired since then. I mean, it's kind of funny. This is went from just a fight to basically something tribal, territorial, personal, and I'm just laughing at the fact, and at the same time saddened by what has transpired over 5 years from goofballs, instigating and trying to shame you and making you feel bad if you wanted to support Terrence Crawford. In particularly, some of the dudes were from where Errol Spence was from, a bunch of goofy dudes that got attitudes because you wanted to support Terrence Crawford and be a fan of Terrence Crawford, or just wanted to be neutral. And I'm just like, damn, you know, when I first started talking about this, when this fight was first announced pretty much 2 weeks ago, I was like, okay, cool. It's finally going to happen. All the BS, all the BS to the side. Now we get to see who is the best of these two dudes. But then I'm thinking, when was doing streams about this, talking about this, I'm just thinking about what people told me. And these Errol Spence fans, these extremists, they're just trash. Some of them, not all of them, but a lot of them are black trash. And they're instigators. Oh, I'm finna go in. Stay tuned. And I'm naming a couple of names too. Or I'm a hint and let you know who I'm talking about. Because once again, I'm going to have to make this very clear. I'm not afraid of nobody on here. I'm not afraid of no nigga on YouTube. Anybody that know me, I go to these fights. I done been to Atlanta. I done been to New York. I done been to Vegas several times. I done been to LA. I'm not worried about none of these dudes on here. But a lot of this instigating started with, in particularly, two people. But the main culprit, the main dude that gaslighted this stuff, was Barber Bitch Conversations. He, AKA Fred, the compulsive habitual liar, because that's what Fred is. The dude that constantly talks about how he's a millionaire. First of all, millionaires don't talk about being millionaires. And it just got to be said. I just know so much about that clown. But this started with him. And the thing is, why me and him fell out, because he was mad because he couldn't get people to do his bidding. Because he had a personal issue with Terrence Crawford, all because Terrence Crawford didn't do an interview with him. And all because he got denied credentials for one of Terrence Crawford's fights. So he went on this crusade to destroy Terrence Crawford and destroy his image. And some people fell for it. And, like I said before, it was a lot of people that joined in because you look. Now, of course, I'm going to talk about what happened with Errol Spence and somebody that we all know. I'm not going to say his name because I said I wasn't really going to talk about it, but I'm going to talk about the aftermath and tie it all in to what's been going on these past few years. But like I said, a lot of this stuff started with that trick baby Fred. Like I said, that dude is a habitual liar. Biggest fraud I've ever seen. Like I said before, this nigga tried to act like he was just such a big Nipsey Hussle fan and he loved Nipsey Hussle. This nigga lived less than a 10-minute drive or maybe a 5-minute drive from where the Marathon store was, and he never took his black bald-headed ass down there. I went down there before he did, and I traveled over 300 miles just to endorse his store and patronize his store. But look where we at now. You got people, you got these goofy Errol Spence fans calling themselves trying to bully anybody that support Terrence Crawford. And I just think it's just laughable. And, the thing is, I remember some of these media people that were cool with Terrence Crawford, and then all of a sudden they just flipped on him. And the thing is, I'm not going to say nothing bad about Terrence Crawford because, as I said before, Terrence Crawford sent a personal and special message to my son when my son was recovering from, Bobit. I ain't going to say that word, but it's, you know what I'm talking about, when he was recovering from C-19. And he sent a personal message. And my son was real sick. And Bud sent the personal message to my son. Bud don't like to have everything highlighted because he's a private dude. And at the end of the day, he doesn't have to do interviews. It sucks sometimes, but he did an interview at the press conference. But there have been this thing where you got people, and and I'm affiliated with some of these people where they tried to go on this campaign. You had to be down with Errol Spence or they not messing with you. And a lot of these dudes was just childish. And I'm going to say this again, just because you go to the gym don't mean you can fight. That don't scare me. But like I said before, you can put up all the videos of you training in boxing and all that stuff. Like I said, doesn't mean a damn thing to me because I'll get active if I have to get active. And I've said this once and I'll say it again. I'm willing to use any type of defense to defend myself up to lethal force if I have to. But like I said before, I literally had people stop talking to me, not wanting to be friends with me because they were diehard Errol Spence butt boys. I had media people that I thought was cool that I would be texting just to see what's up. They don't return my texts no more because they are Team Spence. And I think that's just ridiculous. Why can't you like both of them? But like I said before, that's what happens when you deal with a bunch of goofballs. And like I said before, I'm going to say this again. I may be affiliated with people, but I'm my own entity. And I'm going to say this again. Now, as far as that situation that happened with Errol Spence basically confronting a media member who happens to be a friend of mine's, saying that you a turncoat and all that kind of stuff. But then he came back and did the interview. That's exactly the problem. That's what a lot of these dudes be doing. And I just want to say to that certain individual, and you know who you is, I don't give a fuck about you not talking to me. And I'm going to say this again. I've never liked you. For real. I've never liked you. You and that other baby animal looking nigga. I've never liked neither one of y'all because I could tell by y'all vibe that y'all was fake. Want to play the blackness card when it's convenient. But, there you have it. And I'm not sneak dissing nobody. I mean, if you think I'm sneak dissing you, call me. For real. But nobody better not call me trying to talk on behalf of that person. If you, who you pretend to be, you know the number. For real. But don't ever in your damn life think somebody afraid of you. I turned a blind eye because I was trying to be cool, but not anymore. Because I'm just seeing the hypocrisy in you and just a couple of other people. Like I said before, I'm going to give you an example. Now everybody trying to pat Errol Spence on the back, talking about, oh, Errol Spence, he a real one because he called out the sanctioning body about fees and all that stuff. First of all, Andre Ward put that out there. Once again, somebody trying to take credit for somebody else. And once again, the Errol Spence butt boys trying to give Errol Spence credit for something that somebody else already talked about. Andre Ward talked about that 3 weeks ago, leading up into Haney versus Lomachenko. But I don't see nobody giving praise to Andre Ward, who actually was the one that put that out there. No, it wasn't Errol Spence. It was Andre Ward. Shout out to the town. But everybody knows I'm from that East Oakland, and I give a lot of game. Like I say, I done gave people free trademarks and patents, didn't even care. Because, when I give one away, I come with another one. So, but like I said before, I literally had people stop being friends with me over this Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford thing. And I had people come on my channel saying, yeah, Tam, my barber stopped talking to me. I had one dude said his girlfriend broke up with him because she a Spence supporter and he messed with Crawford. But this is the pros and cons of social media and YouTube. And like I said, the people that have been the most hateful and venomous towards Terrence Crawford have been from his own community, and they look like him. And I just want to say that you guys are pathetic. You guys are black trash. People had a right to like Terrence Crawford. And if I want to support Terrence Crawford, that's my right. But like I said, once again, this circles back to that Mark Fred. This all started with him. He started green lighting this, going on this channel, saying personal stuff about Terrence Crawford he had no business saying. Now, it's funny if people would have aired out his personal business, which I know a lot of his personal business, you wouldn't even look at that dude the same way. And, like I said before, Fred is the epitome of a snake. And I know there's people that I deal with that mess with him. That's cool. That's cool. I don't tell nobody who to deal with, just like ain't nobody gonna tell me who I can deal with. Because my father been dead for over 20 years. So ain't nobody gonna tell me who I can talk to and who I can affiliate myself with. Because like I said, I ain't got no boss. I ain't got no leader. I think this is just tragic. And let's just keep it a buck. We all know it's funny. Once again, like I said, the Errol Spence fanatics. Once again, these personal attacks on Terrence Crawford where they was calling this man out his name, calling him a sellout, a coon, a Uncle Tom. But like I said, you see, nobody didn't have the guts to ask Errol Spence about Jerry Jones. I would have asked him. Now you see, ain't nobody made no videos about what happened with him and you know who. Dude is my homeboy. I said I wasn't gonna do no videos about it. But like I said before, I promise you, had Terrence Crawford did that, you would have seen all type of videos. Oh man, Terrence Crawford, he disrespects. You would have seen video after video. Because a lot of these dudes are narrative pushers. And a lot of them are delusional. They delusional. I promise you. I promise you. I'll promise you. Had that guy had Terrence Crawford did what Spence did, oh, you would have seen video after video. Oh man, that's messed up. See how Terrence Crawford is? See how Terrence Crawford is? Once again, they've been pushing these fake narratives about, oh, Terrence Crawford, he don't like to talk to black media. He don't like to talk to black media. No, he don't like to talk to certain black media. Because he's talked to me a few times off camera. And then here's the thing. Once again, he did the same thing the what y'all call he do to black people. He did it to Ellie. He did it to Ellie Setback. And that was instantly debunked. But you didn't see nobody making no videos talking about that because it was all about narrative pushing. It was about trying to run Terrence Crawford's name through the mud. And I just want to say this again, you Errol Spence butt boys, you can't bully me. Y'all don't even go to fights. But y'all such supporters. Once again, y'all know I covered Errol Spence's last fight. I went to Dallas. No press credentials when he fought Ugas. I didn't get credential for that fight. I spent like almost $1,000 to go cover that fight. Didn't care. But you got people that live in that area and didn't take their ass to that fight. But they sold Errol Spence. And like I said before, I'm just keeping it a buck for real. Some of these Errol Spence extremists then divided the community. For what? For what? For what? And I asked that question. And to a certain degree, based off how some of these people treated me and behind this stuff, I started to have a little resentment towards Errol Spence, and I shouldn't. Errol Spence ain't got nothing to do with this. This is fans. Like I said, may the best man win July 29th. If Errol Spence is victorious, fine. If Terrence Crawford is victorious, fine. But this got to be said, and this got to be put out there. And I'm going to say this. Don't nobody call me. Don't nobody ask me to come on their show. I ain't coming on your show. I ain't doing no debates. Fuck your show. For real. So don't even bother. I ain't coming on nobody's show. Don't ask me. Look how people that look how people do anybody that picked Terrence Crawford to win this fight. If he black, he get called a sellout, which is stupid. How are you a sellout if you picking another black man to win? Personal attacks. Oh, he a hater. How are you a hater just because you picking somebody to win a fight? But this is what these dudes do. This is what these dudes do. You a sellout because you picked Terrence Crawford to win the fight? What kind of shit is that? I mean, can somebody explain that to me? Who does that? How did blackness get involved in what's supposed to be a fight that's supposed to be celebrated, that's going down between two black men? All the narratives that got pushed. And then the funny thing is, these Errol Spence fanatics They want to play the pro-black card, but the very people that held up this fight didn't believe in this fight were black. The PBC didn't even want to make this fight. Al Haymon didn't even want to make this fight. You heard Tim Smith out of his own mouth say, "Oh, I don't think this fight gonna sell. Oh, we don't have no money to give Terrence Crawford." You heard this came from them, but you didn't see no videos get made about Tim Smith saying that. You see nan video. But let Bob Arum have said that. Oh man, see, let me tell you something about Bob Arum. Bob Arum is a racist. Bob Arum is a racist. I guarantee it would have been all kind of people make it. But okay, so you heard that from Tim Smith, his own mouth. Oh man, we don't want to give Terrence Crawford an offer that's gonna be insulting to him. Then we got to worry about streaming. We got to worry about, okay, so you worried about streaming with a fight between two black men, but y'all was excited about the fight between the Mexican and the black dude, Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia. You wasn't worried about streaming then. What changed? You see how I be catching these phonies and they lies? Yeah, Texas. They do, yeah, Texas T, they doing the same thing. So what does that make them? But these are the same dudes that's calling other people coons. They the real coons. They the real coons. They the real Clayton Bixby's, and some of these dudes are just flat out just ridiculous. How many times did I expose those Errol Spence fans for lying? Sign the contract. Wasn't no damn contract. And then come to find out, a lot of times, sometimes, in some cases, which is new to me, sometimes these fighters don't sign a contract to the week of the fight. Sign the contract. Oh, it was a contract. Well, okay, what's in the contract? Oh, it's a contract. And I know of some dudes listening mad, calling me all kind of, calling me whatever, and that's fine. I'm glad, because exposing you guys and blowing y'all out the water for y'all lies is the best thing I could do. I'm doing a public service. But yeah, because they were lying. Those goofy dudes was lying. And I could say I could say some names. I could say some names. I really could, because I could really get it popping. I really could get it popping. I really could get it popping. One thing about me, y'all know I'm out there. Y'all know I'm out there. Like I said before, let me tell you how fake these dudes is. Let me and see. I'm finna close the gap so you can kind of get an idea who I'm talking about. Because I'm finna close the gap. Now keep in mind, these same people that was calling Terrence Crawford, Top Rank Toby, and all these horrible, despicable names. Where did all that go where did all that go when Bill Haney and Devin Haney did the 3-fight deal with Top Rank? Where did all that Uncle Tom sellout stuff go then? So is Bill a coon? Is Devin a coon? So let me get this straight. Terrence Crawford was a coon and a sellout and an Uncle Tom and a house nigga when he was with Top Rank, but Bill isn't. And no, Bill isn't a coon. Bill is my friend. Bill is my boy. Because we both come from, we both got it from the mud. We both came up in East Oakland. Bill from deep East Oakland. I'm from East Oakland. Dubs, baby, all day. And like I said before, I could speak on something that got did to Bill leading up to the Devin Haney Lomachenko fight was a great disservice to Bill. It's funny, people don't even appreciate what did for them. Like I said before, but I ain't gonna speak on that. A lot of these dudes is groupies. They groupies when it come to Bill Haney, but before they met him, they was talking the gang of stuff about Bill Haney. Same thing with Wilder. They was talking a gang of stuff about Wilder till they got access to him. Like I said, it ain't about blackness, it's about access. If these niggas got access to these dudes, then all of a sudden they want to be cool with them. And like I said, don't nobody call me trying to speak on somebody else's behalf. You let that person call me. For real. So like I said, where all that coon stuff go, where all that Uncle Tom stuff go now. Like I said, man, it was deplorable what was getting did. And then you had like I said, and then the way Devin Haney been treated. All because he beat the great white nope, which is Vasily Lomachenko. He ain't the great white hope. He the great white nope, because he was never that dude. He was never the number one pound for pound fighter. In the words of E40, nope. He was the great white nope. He never was. He was a fictional number one fraudulent pound for pound fighter who ESPN tried to erase his losses. Once again, he lost to a dude with double-digit losses who drives Uber in his spare time. That should tell you all you need to know about him. That's who Lomachenko is. He the great white nope. I told you I got game, man. I'm from the Bay, man. And that's real talk. That's the real talk. That real talk. Like I said, Devin Haney, he baptized white Jesus with them body shots. He laid hands on them. Like I said before. How you pound for pound number one and you lost to a dude with double digit losses? Like I said, Lomachenko lost to an Uber driver, and Lomachenko actually should have 4 losses instead of 3 because he lost to Jermaine Ortiz too. And shout out to Team Ortiz. Like I said before, don't talk that blackness stuff to me. Don't talk that you know what I'm saying? Don't talk that patriot stuff to me, because like I said, I was there. I saw a fight where you had a black American fighter, born fighter, have a fight in the town that he lives in, that he has a residency at. And I saw people come in there hoping he would lose. And they wasn't all from Ukraine. A lot of them was from the States. They just wasn't black. They was hoping that Devin Haney lost. And then ESPN, who basically made that telecast about basically trying to make Lomachenko out to be some kind of hero, and they don't even like Lomachenko in his own country. They think he a traitor to a certain degree because they say he too friendly with the Russians. Did y'all know that? These dudes never had the same energy. They never had. That's the thing. They never had the same energy. They all of a sudden, like I said, they was calling all of a sudden. These dudes were calling Bob Arum a racist. Which, by the way, I don't talk to Bob Arum. How many times did y'all see me interview Bob Arum since I've been covering fights? Not that many times. And I don't got nothing against Bob Arum, but I'm just saying. All the time they would sit up here like I said, calling Bob Arum a racist, a white supremacist, and all this kind of stuff. But the very people that held up this fight and didn't want this fight to happen were black, like us. All that white supremacy stuff, but then as soon as Jerry Jones stuff came up, with Jim Crow Jerry being at a Jim Crow rally, a Jim Crow rally, and then trying to insult people's intelligence, saying that he was just curious. What you curious about? And you was told not to go there by your coaches, but you took your white ass there anyway. And not to mention they had already had one that week. So if you were so curious, why didn't you go to that one? What were you curious about? Now, before somebody come on here and say, well, Jerry Jones looked out for his players. Yeah, because you know why? Because those black players that he had playing football for him, they helped make him go from being worth a couple of $100 million to being worth around $8 billion. So yeah, you're gonna protect your investment. So you could save that stuff. It wasn't about Jerry Jones because he a righteous dude. It was about him protecting his interests. Jerry Jones, I think, bought the Dallas Cowboys for around $125 million. Somebody look and see how much did Jerry Jones buy the Dallas Cowboys for. He bought it, about 125, 150, something like that. The Dallas Cowboys right now, as we speak, is worth about $6 billion. Jerry Jones' net worth is between $5 and $8 billion. So quit playing with me. And like I said, Errol Spence didn't say a damn thing. All of a sudden, he couldn't find his Instagram. He couldn't find his Twitter fingers then. But at the end of the day, that's how these dudes do. These media people do. And like I said, Fred is get back to Fred. He a fraud too. Fred be sitting up on his channel talking all that stuff about, oh, I choose not to go to fights anymore. Dude, please. You've been banned. You've been banned from covering PBC events. You've been banned from covering Matchroom events. You've been banned from covering Top Rank events. Because everybody that try to be cool with you, you stab them in the back. You screwed over, like I said. I know what happened between you and Sam Watson. You kept undermining people that was telling you to be cool. And then you sitting up talking like you choose not to go. And I heard behind the scenes you've been trying to get back up in there. And you could talk all that stuff. Only broke people go to fights. Well, then why was you covering fights? Well, then why you trying to get back up in there then? And then another reason why Fred choose not to go to fights, because he's scared that somebody might go upside his head, because this dude then burnt so many bridges, and then Fred then did so much damage because of his antics. It's tough for other good black journalists to get up in there. But like I said, he green-lighted all this stuff. He started all this stuff, and everybody know he started this. It's fun. And then the very thing that he really crying over about what happened between him and Kenny Porter, he tried to do to somebody else. So he got some nerve. Dude got some nerve. Man. Man, like I said, man, like I said before, man. Yeah, Fred can talk all that junk all he want. Fred, the reason why he won't go because he's scared somebody gonna go upside his head. That's the real reason. Ain't got nothing to do with, oh, I'm so rich and I live in a mansion and all that junk. Like I said, bro. Like I said, bro, millionaires don't brag about being millionaires. And then I know in LA, sometimes you could come, because see, I could tell you some little tricks, because, sometimes, they have these auctions, they have fixer uppers sometimes that you can buy up to or as low as $1. Because I almost bought me a house, in the Bay Area for $1, but then it was going to cost me like 300,000 to fix it up. I was like, and then no telling how long it was going to take me. Look, it's tricks to everything, man. Like I said, You got to understand something. A lot of these dudes that just be talking a bunch of shit. So, like I said before, ask yourself this. Why Fred always get into it with everybody? Ask yourself this. He used to be cool with Reggie Owens. Got into it with Reggie Owens. Got it. I done been to the man's house. He did stuff to me. Tried to snake me. Like I said before, Fred is a snake. Fred tried to get my credentials yanked from Top Rank. And then he a liar. He messed up a lot of potential good black media beat writers with that stuff he pulled with Andre Ward. And then he was sitting up lying on his channel acting like he orchestrated that. So I'm just saying. Man, let me tell you something. Fred, the type of dude, he'll pull out a clapper and you will take it from him. He the type of dude you could do that Commander Brown stuff to. That like for real, man. Don't fall into that fake tough guy persona, man. Fred, the type of dude you could actually do that Commander Brown stuff to. Intelligent options to increase your chances of survival. For real. He the exact dude you could do that Commander Brown stuff on. So I'm just saying, man, like Public Enemy say, don't believe the hype. Yeah, like I said, he interviewed Rachel Dolezal. Why would you interview somebody that stole opportunities from black women, that lied about being black? And that other nigga Dante is the same dude too. He another one. That's why him and Dante was cool, because they just alike. That nigga Dante be talking all that pro-black shit on this channel. You can't pay that nigga to be with a black woman. But, to each his own, He talk all that super militant shit, and then you can't pay that nigga to be with a black woman. Didn't you see that recent video of him where he was all cheesing and cheesing it up with them white chick? I mean, it's cool. And let Dante say something back. I ain't worried about him. Like I said, you got to start examining people. Like I said before, I can go to fights. I ain't worried about nobody running up on me at no fights. Y'all just see me. I'm always out in the field. Just got back from New York. Just got back from New York a couple of days ago. Before that was in Las Vegas. Before that was in Fresno. No, excuse me. I was in Stockton. So I can go to fights. I'm in good standing with Top Rank. Like I said, even though Fred tried to sabotage me, like I said, that's what type of dude he is. If he ain't involved in it, he don't want you to be along. He don't want you to be in front of him or on the side of him, because he can't stand it. Like I said before, I know what's up. So I'm just like looking at all the stuff, but he green lighted this stuff. So, he was sitting up there doing these personal attacks against Terrence Crawford. And then that's why they call these guys influencers. So then people just started believing this stuff. And then all of a sudden, these people had it in for Terrence Crawford. Just like when Terrence Crawford saw me in Fresno. And like I said before, he blew me off a little bit, but then, what's a face? He tried to instigate. Like I said, Fred ain't nothing but a black version of DJ Vlad. That's exactly who Fred is. He an instigator. He a black version of DJ Vlad. He ain't for the community. He be trying to divide the community, because if he was for the community, he wouldn't have been doing what he did with Terrence Crawford. Like I said before, listen, you guys, this is just real talk. I've been doing this media stuff. I've been covering boxing for about 5 years. I done been all over the country, pretty much. It is what it is. Some dudes go talk to you, some dudes not. Now I ain't gonna lie, it do bother me sometimes when these dudes blow me off. But at the end of the day, hey, I just you know what I'm saying? I brush my shoulders off. Hey, if I don't get them this time, I'll get them the next time. So a lot of times when they say, hey man, I'll catch you the next time, it is what it is. No, don't you remember what he tried? He tried to diss Devin Haney and try to say Devin Haney was corny. He the one that's corny. So I'm just saying, if anybody is corny, it's him. He the typical dude. He what's wrong with with people right now. A dude that come from that a dude that want to be from the hood hella bad. Well, he used to want to be from the hood until he saw he wasn't built for it. Then he went back to being his regular marshmallow, you know what I'm saying, soft as vanilla ice cream, cornball ass nigga that he really is. He knew he wasn't built for it. So like I said before, he could talk about he had the clapper on him all he want, bro. And anybody know, like he got the only clapper in the world. That's another thing. That's hilarious. Like I said, he the type of dude, he a cheddar Bob himself. I told you that's the dude you would be able to pull that Commander Brown stuff with. So but yeah, like I said, this stuff started with him, and then and then it transitioned to other people. Like I said before, how you call yourself a follower of Malcolm X, but yet you tried to hurt and sabotage people that look like you, and then he think I don't know that he tried to sabotage me with a trainer by sending him a video that was taken out of context. Which, yeah, Fred, I know you sent that video to homeboy. Yeah, I know it was you. I've been new. So like I said, Fred been like stabbing me in the back for a minute. And like I said, people that are real millionaires, they don't brag about being millionaires. Do you see Shaquille O'Neal talking about I'm finna go to my mansion? Shaquille O'Neal is worth about 2 or 3, maybe even $400 million. Do you see Shaquille O'Neal every time he get on the air? Hey, Chuck, I got a mansion. Chuck, I'm a millionaire. We know, Shaq. Like I said, millionaires don't brag about being millionaires. So I'm just saying. Funny thing is, I got people in my family that are millionaires or doing very well. I know people right now that I can get. I know people right now that I can go get a loan for 200 racks right now, and start a business. But I ain't in. You know what I'm saying? I ain't in the business of borrowing money from people. Oh, I know a lot of people with bread, and not just black neither. So I'm just saying I got connects too. I got connects. I got connects in the legit world, and I got connects in the other type of world. I got people right now that'll front me some major weight right now, and tell me I don't have to bring them back their money for like 2 years. So, like I said, I'm very well connected. But I ain't with that, and I don't promote that. I don't celebrate that stuff like some of these cornballs on some of these black cornballs on here be doing. I don't celebrate that kind of stuff. That's why I went in on Lil Wayne for having the audacity to say he want to mentor to Ja Morant. Lil Wayne's junkie ass can't mentor to nobody. He need to take his syrup sipping, coke sniffing ass to rehab. What the hell can you tell? What the hell could you teach Ja Morant, dude? Sit your goofy ass down. Like I said, a fake blood. Let me say, see, got all these children by all these different women. Like I said, a known drug addict. Just caught recently caught a Weber's case a couple of years ago. Made a disrespectful song about Emmett Till. Went fake like he you know what I'm saying? Fake like he was going to general population at Rikers Island, and that boy was PC'd up. That boy was straight in protective custody. But he gonna sit up there and say, I'm looking forward to going to prison. But you want to mentor to somebody. Man, like I said, sit your goofy ass down. You couldn't even keep track of how much money baby was stealing from you. You didn't even know what your master's was worth or your publishing was worth, but you trying to mentor to somebody. Like I said, Wayne, sit your ass down. Sit your ass down. So, I'm just saying. I'm just saying I needed to put that out there though. I need to put that out there. Like I said, I'm just ashamed. Like I said, I'm ashamed to call myself black. I'm ashamed that I done met some of these dudes. I'm like, man, what was that dude's name, Carl Thomas, when he said, I wish I never met her? It's some niggas on here I wish I never would have met. Like I said, the biggest bigots and haters towards Terrence Crawford been from his own community, looked like him. I ain't seen no Mexican people attacking Terrence Crawford like black people been doing. I ain't seen no white people attacking Terrence Crawford like black people been doing. But these the same people that'll say black people need to stick together. Like, man, get y'all asses. Y'all can sit y'all asses down. I'm just saying. Yeah. And Lil Wayne said he ain't never saw no racism. He said I you ain't never saw no racism in New Orleans. So you ain't never been. If you don't get your ass, is you kidding me? So I guess you don't remember what happened with Katrina, right? Okay. That my, you know what I'm saying? I'll rest my case. I'll rest my case. You know what I'm saying? For real. Lil Wayne trying to mentor somebody is like Harvey Weinstein telling a man how to treat a woman. For real. I'm just saying that was just laughable. Like that was just laughable. And then I don't even believe that Skip Bayless even have like Nas say, I didn't even give you my numbers. I doubt very seriously if Skip Bayless have John Morant's number. I think Skip Bayless was clout chasing, talking about, that he could hook. Like John Morant don't even like Skip Bayless. We all know that Mike Fisher said Skip Bayless is a compulsive liar, and nobody likes Skip Bayless. Hello, Ja. This is Skip Bayless. Ja probably click, block him instantly. Like, for real, stop the cap. Stop the cap. Well, I'm gonna say this much. I already spoke on the situation with that guy because I don't want to say his name because, like I said, he's a friend of mine. But he have his methods. Actually, all Errol Spence did is make him even more popular. But at the same time, Errol Spence, I wouldn't even have gave him the time of the day. What do you mean? You switched up on me, or you a turncoat? I wouldn't even have said nothing like that to him. To be honest with you, it was kind of unprofessional, and that's just real talk. But as I said before, had Terrence Crawford did that to you know who, oh man, it would have been video after video. But that's the funny thing. You Bud Crawford haters, you dummies help get him the money. You help justify him getting a, you know what I'm saying? For real. You help to pretty much get him like a 8-figure, you know what I'm saying, a 8-figure payday. Because you know why? Because you dummies kept making video after video about Terrence Crawford ain't this, Terrence Crawford ain't that. You made more videos about how you don't like Terrence Crawford than how much better Errol Spence is a fighter than Terrence Crawford. You helped elevate Terrence Crawford. So actually, you dummies outsmarted yourselves. So actually, you took the bait. So you guys helped prove Terrence Crawford's worth by constantly making videos saying he was ducking, he was a coward, calling him, like I said, just calling him all kind of derogatory names. And you proved this point. You proved this worth. Because you dudes were making you content creators were making a lot of money off Terrence Crawford's name. Terrence Crawford was getting way more clicks. Anything with Terrence Crawford was getting clicks because of basically the hate and the venom that was spewed out towards Terrence Crawford. The way, like for real, man, and it worked. So while you guys were sitting up slandering his name and making people hate this man, well, guess what? You took the bait because every time somebody made a video talking shit about Terrence Crawford, you either clicked on to it and you helped these content creators blow up their channel, and then you helped keep Terrence Crawford's name in circulation and prove that he was a popular fighter. And guess what? The PBC had no other choice but to make that fight. So Terrence Crawford is somewhere laughing at y'all. So actually, fuck you very much, dummies. So there you go. Talk about outsmarting yourselves. They outsmarted themselves. These dudes be thinking that they, you know what I'm saying? These dudes be thinking they Rhodes Scholars, but they actually Y.E. Coyote. You know what I'm saying? And you know how he used to buy all that shit from Acme that never would work? That's how these dudes are. They think they, you know what I'm saying? They think they have a Bloomingdale type of mindset, but actually it's like the swap meet. But they actually are basically have a swap meet mentality. But they think it's like upper class. They think they high value, but at the end of the day, they're like a value meal from McDonald's without the cheese. Because y'all know the cheese is extra. So, like I said before, you guys, thank you very much. So, you know, there, but there you have it. I just can't believe, like I said, what then transpired. This hatred. And like I said, people mad. Oh man, I don't like him. I don't like him because I don't really like him. I don't trust him because, you know, I don't trust him because, you know, he support Terrence Crawford. Huh? I mean, what kind of, like, for real? What, like, what the hell? I'm just like, man, you gotta be. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. It's the greatest thing there is. But that's how these dudes. That's how these dudes act. I'm like, you got. I mean, for real. We have been I don't like him. He can't be trusted. He can't be trusted. You know, this ain't the end. I mean, for real, man. This ain't this ain't the NWO, and this ain't D-Generation X or whatever. Generation X. If you ain't down with Errol Spence, suck it. Nah. But then again, some of y'all act like y'all would suck on Errol Spence. The way y'all get, you know what I'm saying? The way y'all want everybody to be an Errol Spence like fanatic. I mean, come on, man. Just stop it. People had a right to, you know, support whoever they want to support. And like I said before, I had to fall back on this because I had to like dang, these dudes was making me like have some kind of venom from Errol Spence, and I can't be like that. If I go, I'm gonna be out here in the field covering these fights. Like I said before, I gotta be neutral. And I'm pretty, and you know, Errol Spence, he proved that he watched these videos, but you know, that's unfortunate. To you got to have like for real. I wouldn't even have said nothing to Blue Bud, or at least not to where everybody can like record it, because at the end of the day, all you did is help Blue Blood. But then, like I said, there ain't gonna be no videos talking about what happened. You know what I'm saying? And I shouldn't have said his name, but you know, I promise you, there ain't gonna be no videos where people talking about that. Oh, you know who goes off on a reporter. But like I said before, I promise you, had that been Terrence Crawford, there'd be like 20, 30 videos. And people trying to talk like their intellect. See, I want to dive deep inside the mind of Terrence Crawford. Nigga, shut up, man. You ain't that, man. Shut up. Shut up. You ain't that smart, man. Stop it, dude. For real. Like, man, just like, man, be quiet, man. For real. Be quiet. Well, I support. Listen, like I said before, I said earlier in streams. I said, look, man, I love my black brothers, love these black boxers. I support them wholeheartedly. But I ain't gonna lie, they done been a few, like I said, then acted real special towards me for no reason. Like I said before, you know, and there's gonna be people that's not gonna like me, and there's boxers that don't like me because I think I don't know if you caught what happened when I said congratulations to Carissa Shields. Did y'all catch how she looked at me because I had a T-shirt on that had the name of my channel? And like I said, these videos be getting back to people, and people be, you know, watching these videos, and they, you know, at the end of the day, and I'm gonna say this again, like I told Carissa Shields, you can come on my channel whenever you want to discuss some of the stuff you said. And like I said, I'm not gonna back you when you sit up there trying to emasculate black men, talking about you could beat a black man, and hell no, I ain't rolling with you. And then you talking all this feminist stuff. Nobody don't want to hear this stuff about, oh, based off what you accomplished, if you was a man, you would be the face of boxing. Okay, you a two-time Olympic gold medalist. Good. Great. Happy for you. Well, Lomachenko was a two-time Olympic gold medalist. Is he the face of boxing? Hell no. At the end of the day, once again, you are you fighting 2-minute rounds. You only have 2 knockouts. So I'm just saying. I'm sitting up here campaigning and fighting and saying that women need to fight 3-minute rounds. So, but you don't have to, once again, you don't have to try to hate on other dudes and say, oh, well, you know, it's because you a woman and all this kind of stuff. Like I said, most of your fan base is men. No, women don't be good. Man, you just fought in Detroit. Did you pack the house did you pack the house in Detroit? So I'm just saying. Well, I'm talking to just anybody in general. So once again, don't come on here putting words in my mouth. You can bounce, dude. Don't come on here acting like you checking me, cornball. I stand by what I say. So it is what it is. If you don't like what I have to say, dude, you could step. Or I could have one of these dudes block you. It's really your choice. Yeah. Now run back to where you came from. Sensitive ass Tito Jackson nigga. Like, for real. Go for real. Rail trash bag. Go cry somewhere else, dude. For real. You do know I'm just saying. It ain't just them. And I'm gonna say this again. It ain't just them. I'm talking about a lot of different people that ain't affiliated with them. I could be talking about the least attorney. I could be talking about a lot of different dudes. So what you gonna do? You gonna go tell somebody? I don't answer to nobody. What you gonna do? You gonna tell? I don't answer to nobody here. I'm gonna say this again. I ain't got no boss. I'm a grown man. I'm 48 years old, man. I don't answer to nobody. I don't check in with nobody. I don't do none of that shit. So you got the wrong guy, dude. You go cry somewhere else, bro. Go cry somewhere else, man. What about what God did? What about God did to good boxing fans or just people that just wanted to support this fight? And like I said before, everything I said was 100% factual. The biggest detractors and haters of Terrence Crawford have been black. So I'm just man. I'm just saying, man. Well, of course they are. Like, of course they are. And I'm not even talking about them. Like I said, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna make this very clear. I already said this stuff, and I'm gonna say this again. I am affiliated with the LDBC, but I'm gonna say this: I don't like all of them. Just like all of them don't like me. And I'm gonna say this again. I don't check in with nobody. I don't check in with nobody. I ain't got no boss. What is this channel called? Town Business Sports and Entertainment. Straight up. Straight like that. I ain't sneak dissing nobody. I'm just telling the truth. And see, that's what and he just proved my point. He just proved my point. He probably somewhere in the bathroom crying like how Ben Stiller was crying on Something About Mary. He just proved my point. He just proved my point. I didn't say nobody was no PBC nut huggers. I didn't say nothing about I didn't say that you use PBC nut huggers. You brought up the LDBC. I didn't say nothing about the LDBC. I said random people. So you the ones, it's something in your self-conscious that's making you feel that way, bro. Not me. He just proved my point. Appreciate it. He just proved my damn point. He went straight. I didn't say nothing about them. Didn't say nothing about. I didn't say. Listen. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Everybody knows to a certain degree. To a certain degree, I have had an issue with the PBC. That's documented. That's well known because you know why? Because I saw time and time again, people like me was getting denied media credentials. People that's out there really putting in hard work. Who do you know that cover a fight that put out 30 videos? Fight Hype don't even. I'm talking about over the weekend. This past fight I just did in New York, I put out almost 30 videos. Who do you know that put out that type of content? Fight Hype don't even put out that many damn videos covering the fight. Ellie Setback don't even put out that much content covering the fight. And then I have to talk about other stuff. And I'm not knocking them or nothing. So I'm just saying the PBC put me through the ringer. Hell yeah, I'm going to feel some kind of way if they not giving me credentials, but then they supposed to be a black ran organization. But then they denying access to good black media. But then they giving 4 or 5 credentials to the one media outlet. And then they giving media credentials to people that got 500 subs. But then they don't want to let me in. So hell yeah, I'm gonna feel some kind of way. And then they want to talk about, oh, well, you need to have these type of numbers. You need to have this type of number. Here's the thing. Like I said, I ain't never had no problem getting in no top rank fight. Let me tell you something. The people at Top Rank made sure I got into Josh Taylor and Teofimo Lopez. They had hella people trying to get into that fight, get credentialed for that fight. They had to turn people away, but they made a spot for me. So this white supremacist company made room for a black dude, for a semi-radical, you know what I'm saying, dude like me. Made room for me. But the brothers, they want to make sure anybody but black media get up in there. Well, you allowed to say what you want to say. There's people that they came on my channel that said they think Spence gonna win. Fine. So be it. So be it. That's fine. I'm not gonna sit up here and say, oh, you got to go. Oh, don't come on here. They just being absurd. Just like I'll put it this way. Some of these dudes that be sitting up on YouTube, I'll give you an example how some of these Errol Spence fans act. Like they act like some of these dudes that that just act real brand new when somebody say that they be buying rep Jordans, which half of these niggas on YouTube that be saying, "Oh, I got the." I'm gonna tell y'all a little secret though. This is just real talk. I'm finna expose some of these dudes. The dudes that watch these shoe reviews that had a Jordan 3 months in advance. That's a damn rep. Oh man, my plug. Yeah, your plug is selling you reps. And then it needs to be the same niggas that'll try to talk about other people. Yeah, man. Other dude be reviewing reps. Nigga, you be reviewing reps, nigga. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, this is just real talk. I'm finna expose the whole sneaker game since I got a little bit of time. Any nigga that got the latest Jordan 3 or 4 months before it come out, it's a motherfucking rep. It's a rep. Don't listen to none of this stuff. Oh man, listen, for real. Now y'all already know what's up with me. I've never did, I mean, it is what it is. That's how them Spence fans be acting. All these dudes about get it, like for real. Unless you work for Nike, that's the only way. Listen, man, I'm gonna just keep it a buck. All these people that be talking this shit about, the stitching and all that stuff, and this is how you can tell. There is no real specific way to tell whether a shoe is a rep or the real thing. Oh, the glue smell. Oh, well, it's the glues. Okay, so what if they use that same glue? Oh, it's the stitching. Well, it didn't pass the blue light test. All you got to do is rub alcohol on them shoes, and it'll pass that blue light test. So I know every trick to the trade. So I'm gonna tell y'all right now, any nigga that got the Jordan that don't come out for like 6 months. Now I'm gonna tell you right now, probably the latest Jordan 11 that's gonna come out like in December. You gonna start seeing them around August. They're reps. They sell reps at SneakerCon. They sell reps online. I can tell you right now. I'm just keeping it a buck. The only reason why these niggas be, and I'm gonna just tell you the truth, you know why these niggas be saying they got the real dilly? Because they have haters they have haters that be trying to flag their videos and all that type of shit. So I'm just giving y'all some game, man. Any nigga that got any nigga that got a Jordan that don't come out for like 3 or 4 months, it's a motherfucking rep. Like I said, I'm blowing dudes out the water today. You know damn well these dudes don't work at Nike. What's up? So I'm just saying. I mean, I'm just saying, bro. I had to say that, bro, because that's like for real. That's how these Spence fans be acting, bro. Like if you tell somebody I got on some reps, get away from me. Oh my God. Like, man, come on, man. Like I said, I ain't gonna pick a winner with Spence versus Crawford, but I have an idea who's gonna win. And like I said before, if the person that I think gonna win wins, like I say, you gonna hear when I say it's gonna be a monumental speech. And I may say it regardless who wins or whatever. I may say whoever wins. You may just have to say it. Well, it's like this. I don't want to say too much because it could be one of them dudes. Like I said before, um, why would I give you? Why would I give you? Like I said, another reason why more people started doing reps, and I'm gonna just break this down, and then I'm gonna get back to the Crawford thing. Another reason why people started buying reps more because they got tired of these resellers. They got tired of people botting them when they was trying to get them first day of release, and they was botting them, and then they was buying them up, and then they was trying to buying 8-9 pairs of the same shoe, and then trying to sell them for $300 a piece. And by the way, Marcus Jordan, that was weak what you did when you backdoored your own kicks, allegedly. So I'm just saying. So that's why people started resorting to wearing reps more and more. Once again, why would I? What, for real? You paying Foot Locker. You paying Foot Locker 180, 190, 200. You get that same damn shoe for 150, 120, 100 on the dot. So, and it look exactly the same. And the only reason why people bash you if you wear reps because they resellers, because they want you to give them $300 to $400 for the 8-pack of the 8 boxes of Jordans that they bought, that they basically screwed you out of, and now they sitting on them, so they mad, so they gonna do. You gotta understand, that's what they try to shame you. Just like the Errol Spence fans, they try to shame you if you have any type of support for Terrence Crawford. They make it look like Terrence Crawford. I mean, for real. They make it look like Terrence Crawford is Clayton Bigsby or something. They try to make it look like Terrence. Like, man, get out of here. Get out of here. Well, first of all, like, unfortunately, Derrick James put his foot in his mouth when he said that. And like I said before, for the people that's making videos talking about, oh, Errol Spence won the press conference, you sound stupid as hell. What is there to win? What's the prize? What's on the line? Once again, pushing a fake narrative. So if you want to go by that, notion, then Terrence Crawford clearly won the day one press conference when he basically had to educate Derrick James when he tried to say Teofimo Lopez is a 2-time undisputed. How? Because he beat Josh Taylor? No, wrong. As Charlie Murphy would say, the late great Charlie Murphy, wrong. There was only one belt on the line. Keep in mind that Josh Taylor vacated the other 3 belts that he had. Wrong. So no, he wasn't a 2-time undisputed. And Derrick James, like, he played himself when he said that. So when Terrence Crawford corrected him, so I guess that means Terrence Crawford won the first press conference just by that alone. There wasn't no winners, there wasn't no losers, and all this stuff. Now, I need to educate you guys on something, and I'm not trying to really make Errol Spence feel some kind of way, but Errol Spence said that he was a shark, and he said he was Moby Dick. Y'all do know what happened to Moby Dick, don't you? Yeah, I think you might not want to reference yourself to Moby Dick. You do know what happened to Moby Dick, don't you? And you do know a whale is not really considered a fish, though. But you know, but I mean, it's more considered a woolly mammoth than a. But hey, whatever floats Errol Spence's boat. And then you can make an argument that Tiafimo was never really the true undisputed. So I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Y'all do know what happened to Moby Dick, don't you? I'm just saying. You sure you want to reference yourself to Moby Dick? And I'm saying, like, so what are you? Are you a shark? You a megalodon? You a whale? You what are you? Just saying. Somebody should have whispered to Errol Spence, be like, you know what happened to Moby Dick, right? You know that's a long ass book, but we know what happened to Moby Dick. But you know, maybe he didn't know. But once again, you guys, there wasn't no winners, there wasn't no losers in it. Like, but that's what these dudes. That's what these dudes do. I'm just saying, man. That's what. Just saying. Yeah, I'm just keeping it a buck, man. What no? I mean, you know. Well, um, oh man, yeah, Boldemir. Yeah, that's unfortunate for him. Boldemir like to, you know. Now, if you think Errol Spence check dude, I guess I wouldn't even like, you know, saying that you jump ship. Like I said, I didn't know there was a ship you posed to jump. I thought you supposed to be there to cover the fight and talk to both fighters. But he walked it back. He eventually answered the question. But I'm saying I wouldn't have did that. I wouldn't have did it. But all I'm talking about is the double standard. I'm just saying, like I said, if Bud had did that, all hell would have broke loose. Like I said, and tell me that I'm lying. They would have been video after video. Oh man, what? Hey man, Bud was wrong for what he did, man. See how this dude is. See how this dude is. See how this dude is. Like I said before, man, you can't play. You for real. Like I said, I just want to say this to anybody that support Terrence Crawford. If you want to support Terrence Crawford, you go right ahead. You have every right to support Terrence Crawford. For real. They act like, I mean, for real, they act like Terrence Crawford is Herman Cain or somebody, man. For real. Like, I'm just keeping it a buck. They act like Terrence Crawford is Herman Cain or, you know what I'm saying, or Charles Barkley. I mean, I'm just saying, this is a dude that's married to a beautiful black woman with black children. So I'm just like this stuff gotta stop. Stop the cap. Gotta stop, man. Nah, he ain't the big fish. He said he a shark. He a whale. He Moby Dick. He said you need a submarine. You gonna need a submarine. Hey man, well you know what? Hey, whatever, man. Whatever. All I'm just saying is Moby Dick. If you don't know what happened to Moby Dick, go. You can read the book. Didn't turn out too well for Moby Dick. and if you Jaws, you know what happened to Jaws. so I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. Boy, I ain't Errol Spence ain't never go. Errol Spence ain't gonna never talk to me. Him or Derek James, or probably Carissa Shields. But I mean, I gotta stand. You know what I'm saying? I gotta stand up for what I believe in. I just was like, and I don't even mean this and I don't mean to direct this towards Errol Spence, but damn, man, Errol Spence need to tell his fans to calm down. This ain't no gang. And that's another thing, man. Stop. This ain't no gang stuff, man. This ain't no Crips and Blood stuff. That's exactly how you dudes been doing this whole Aerosmith thing. This ain't about for real. Y'all act like y'all done turned this into like the. I mean, like I mean, just stop it. Just stop the cap. I mean, he say he got in contact. I mean, he got in touch with his Jamaican side. He argued, well, you could say he got in contact with his Jamaican roots. He said he gonna be smoking on bud. I mean, he. So, I don't. I don't know, man. Like I said, all the questions gonna be answered in a little bit under 6 weeks. So, like I said before, um, I just think all this stuff I'm about to close. I just think this is ridiculous. Like I said before, people have stopped talking to me. I didn't lost friends because of this. I got people that won't talk to me. I got media people that don't won't talk to me because they want to be a diehard Aerosmith supporter. What kind of stuff is that, man? What type of influence? I mean, come on, man. Like it's like what Jamie Foxx say. What you looked into Aerosmith's eyes or something? You looked into his eyes, like what Jamie Foxx said about Prince. Hey, Jamie, what's up? Prince. Prince, that's funny. Prince was like 5'3", but he had that deep voice. Like like dude with Arrested Development, Prince sued them when they used his voice on that song Tennessee. He said that dude Priest said Prince called him up and said, "Hey, what's going on? It's Prince. Hey, Preach, you owe me some money, right? You do know you owe me some money, right?" So, and shout out to the late great Prince, man. Unfortunately, him and Michael Jackson, two of the greatest singers of all time, met a untimely demise mysteriously. When Prince said that he was going to strictly help black people get control of their music, their masters, and their publishing, all of a sudden Prince miraculously, damn Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was getting ready to buy Marble, and Michael Jackson mysteriously perished, and then all of a sudden you had people tarnishing his name. And then Oprah Winfrey trying to make it look like he's some kind of pedophile, but then she was aligned with pedophiles. Cool with Les Munoz and people like that, man. Come on, man. Like I said before, town be spitting some game. So just I just had to say that, and I'm gonna say this once again about the late great Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson, and you could tell this to anybody that called Michael Jackson a pedophile or whatever they refer to him. Michael Jackson was investigated by the feds pre and post passing, and they couldn't find nothing. It's funny that Chris Rock, that super coon, and I'm gonna leave y'all with this. I'm doing my closing monologue. Y'all should never respect Chris Rock. Do your research on Louis C.K. Louis C.K. is a pervert, but then Chris Rock wanna make remarks about Michael Jackson. Now I'm glad that Tito Jackson's son said, "I'm glad Will Smith slapped the shit out of him." I love when Tito Jackson's son said, "Shout out to Will Smith." Talking about selective outrage. Where's your selective outrage? You let Louis C.K. call you the N-word with the ER right to your face, and you didn't do nothing except have that goofy ass Colgate smile. But then you want to attack Kyrie Irving and all about him not taking the potion. But then, like I said, you don't say nothing about John Stockton. But then you want to call Michael Jackson a pervert, but then Louis C.K. has admitted to being a pervert, pulling out his you know what. But that's your friend. Your friend that called you the N-word to your face, and you didn't do nothing. You had to have Jerry Steinfeld check dude in front of you because you was too big of a bitch to say something. Man, don't get me, man, don't get me started. Don't get me started. But that's some facts. Go look up Louis C.K., man. He admitted to like pulling out and harassing women and stuff. And where's me? Once again, where's Me Too? And it was a lot more recent than people talking about Bill Cosby supposed to have drugged him like 50 years ago before most of us was born. Get out of here, man. Yeah, Jerry Steinfeld was like, what? Dude, what's wrong with you? So I'm just saying. But there go your boy Chris Rock. There go your boy Chris Rock. Like I say, only got smoke for black people. But anyway, you guys, appreciate you guys being here. Appreciate the support, man. Like I said, man, I do this for y'all and as well as myself. But for real, I got to keep it a buck, man. Like I said, I ain't sugarcoat nothing because this needed to be said. For all you people that's stop being friends with people and some of you media dudes that cut people off that never did nothing to you because you wanted to be a diehard Errol Spence supporter, something is seriously wrong with you. You need to go lay on that couch. For real. You need to go lay on that couch. Because this Errol Spence stuff is like a cult. Sometimes I'd be scared to go in a crowd with Errol Spence fans because they might have those black hoodies, and doing those goofy chants and having candles and shit. So, I mean, like, burning candles and shit. Like, I really think that's what be happening. Had like a big ass picture of Errol Spence burning candles and all that type of shit and cutting up live chickens and shit. I mean, I'm serious. You can't appreciate it.